Okay, so this is a quick little random rant. So I just finished, was that like an hour, 2-hour session of doing Vicus. Now granted, I'm doing hard mode. I was able to finish normal, and honestly, the random amount of stress, obviously I feel this is something you just need to have Discord. You got the people in there, everyone's willing to like, oh, if something goes wrong. I feel the problem if you try to pug this one. You can pug Vulcan, no problem, because you can literally redo it multiple times. The problem is with this one, okay, is that for the last hour or so, I was doing everything right. But there came a time when I was just unaware of how every team does it differently, especially if they're in comms and you're not. So basically what happened is I made one mistake because everyone's talking about time stopping, unless this was the group I had before. And they said time stop if you have a double. So I was like, okay, so I was waiting for the guy to time stop. Because before, the person in my party that was supposed to be 11 flex, you know, I usually would take it. I would get in there and I would time stop it, but I thought he was going to time stop it. So lo and behold, it didn't happen. Now people are at their breaking point, they're at their boiling point, and then what they eventually do is they just have to blame somebody. And pretty much, yeah, I'm the person they have to blame. Fine, okay, and literally, when they blame, they fucking go in, alright? Like, they talk mad shit, so, you okay? Is everything? And they become Terry Bogard all of a sudden. It's like, are you okay? But it's like, I realize what they're doing. They expect to pass it every single time. They expect everybody to do every mechanic perfectly, and all they want is the extra covetous wing. Personally, I don't like doing things that aren't fun for me. And honestly, Vicus isn't fun. If you have a dedicated group, I believe they call them statics, where people you know, you play with, I don't really have that right now currently. And especially the fact that you need 8 people. Well, yeah, one guy said he had to go. So basically, I'm just kind of ranting right now, just putting my thoughts out there. And what do you get, roughly, by doing everything correct, but then that one person that's tilting? And who knows, maybe that person was the person that kept fucking everything up prior to. And it's funny, because then they come back to me and they're like, don't you know the mechanic? It's like, bro, I've been doing the mechanic correct for the last hour. You know, like, there one time it comes up where it's like, oh, you could have time stopped that. I would have time stopped that. It makes sense. Like I said, prior to that entire section, it was only 2 people up top. The other guy was always dead. So or the guy was flexing, but it's like, we got this. Me and this other guy always took care of the top one every single time. And then the one time that I failed it, it's like, oh man, Striker, what are you doing? Are you okay? Do you know how this mechanic works? It's like, wow, okay. So insta blame everything on me. Fine, okay. Whatever. And then, of course, now they're going to go and tell all their friends and be like, damn, man, you know, I would have beaten that if, you know, that Striker did everything right. It's like, bruh, we technically could have passed that on the first pull. The very first pull. The problem being, someone else messed up. Who it is, I don't know. I don't care. The fact of the matter is, first pull, we got as far as that. We're eating orbs. Me and the other guy, bam, we ate them all perfectly. And then the next pull, we did it again. Bam. It's just him and me. The other person's dead again. Perfectly. You see? So then, why does it have to be that the person that messes up one time, you know what I'm saying? And then, of course, then the guy will say, like, it's been 3 weeks already. Everybody should know how to do this mechanic. And it's like, should they? 3 weeks. That means I've done this 3 times, or have the ability to at least attempt it 3 times. Now, don't get me wrong, I went to normal because just the people themselves, like I said, I really believe at this point you need to build a static group, or you gotta give that thing where it's like, you know what? Test the mechanics. Give me the mechanic tutorial. Show me what is gonna happen, because a lot of people, they really don't. Earlier, we were just doing normal on part 2, and there's a guy that literally didn't know anything. He's legit playing the game without knowing how anything works. Like, on the first gate, amazing, we didn't technically need him. Although we could have beaten it faster, but we literally had a guy who had no idea what he was doing. He had 0 idea. again, I still fully feel that you need to have some sort of tutorial that locks you on the entry requirement that says completed the mechanic tutorial. And then show the differences between hard mode, normal mode. Because again, only the hardcore of hardcores are going to do it. And right now, if I were to Steam chart it, what Lost Ark is sitting at right now? Let's see here. Steam charts, if I had to do that, let's see here, what the hell? Okay, there it is, top records. Wow, okay, that's interesting. Wait, hold on, let me just, yeah. So right now, there's only 162,000 people that are playing, here, let me even show it for the rant. There's only 162,000 people playing. Today's current peak was 200,000. Yes, we're losing players. The problem is, especially if you give this kind of raiding experience, the same thing with Abyss raids. Yeah, again, I didn't do my homework and I didn't know all that stuff. But then again, at the same time, yeah, people wanted mechanics. They're saying it's too easy, I can bust, I can carry, but it's like, honestly, this is what you get. And this is the reason why I didn't do Vicus earlier in the week, because just, I don't like it, man. And then people will say, get good. Obviously you can, but guess what? If I'm doing everything right, and I believe it's statistically known that after about an hour of failing, people's minds wander. People's minds for the blame game happen really quick, and then at that point, like I said, an incident like mine happens where it's like, I thought they were going to time stop it. You know, maybe I was reading it wrong. My bad. But then everything came down to me. It's like, do you know? What? How can you not know? And it's like, wow, dude, you realize I've been doing this mechanic with me and that other guy solo for the last hour. And now I'm the catalyst. And what's crazy about it too is I feel that this has happened multiple times. And then once someone can blame somebody and then put the blame on someone else, now they're free of blame, because then they're just going to keep on going after the guy. And they'll be like, oh, well, do you know what you're doing? Do we need to swap? How about we just put the guy on flex? It's like, so you suck the entire hour, and now all of a sudden you're fucking Johnny, I'm the best? You know, it's like, no, you're not. But you're covering for your mistake. And this happened also when Mono and I were trying to teach and learn on the Abyss dungeon, which was this thing. Again, not the hard thing. It's just the circle thing. All you gotta do is go in a circle. Now, I haven't done this very often, and I hate this fucking one because, again, white mechanics, they're just not fun for me. You know, if you're playing with your friends and you have a lot of friends and you're all doing it and you're dying, it's like, ah, ha, ha, okay, funny. But then if, like, you just have some rando and then you're going in that circle and then, like, they die and then they hit the end the fucking raid, then you're just kind of like, whoa, okay. Yeah, so basically, I'm just gonna have to try a new group. At this point, that's why I don't think I'm gonna do hard anymore. It's just too unforgiving. I play the best I can do on my end, and then again, you know, one mistake happens on my end, and then it's fucking my fault. Fine, I'll be the big man, I'll accept it. I told them, I'm like, yeah, that was my fault, my bad. But then, like, when you give them the ability to say that it's your fault, oh my god, they're coming after you. So anyway, I feel this rant's been going on too long. Yeah, I'm just gonna do fucking 6 weeks, you know, or whatever, yeah, cause like, and I'm just gonna go fucking normal, man. It's not worth the time. If anything, I'm definitely gonna just, you know, relax. Cause what's weird is that normally on normal, I pass this all the fucking time. And then it just kind of like, you know what, I'm done with it. I'm just gonna let it go. And yeah, there it is. So, hopefully you guys, enjoy the rant. I mean, like I said, I don't even know how long I've been doing this. Probably at least like the last hour and a half, 2 hours. And yeah, you got to build your statics. Hopefully you get some actual friends that you're down to do Discord calls with, because currently this raid in particular is just bad, man. I don't like it. I really don't. And obviously people in Korea is like, this is easy. What are you talking about? Well, yeah, when the standard, like, let me ask you this. People right now, I don't think they can beat Velganos on their own. Like, I took pride in myself beating Velganos on my own. Was I higher item level? Of course. Yes. But the game has barely been out 6 months now. And 5 months. Not even 6 months yet. It'll be 6 months next month. And then this boss, this Legion boss, this bad girl right here, she's been out for 3 weeks, and guys are expecting you to fucking clear it every time. Now, maybe the Giga Chads, but it's like, bro. Okay, man. Okay. And if anything, I think I just need to chillax for right now. Yeah, and just hang out. I mean, I'm just happy I got part 1 done. So technically, if I beat do this again next week, of course I need more. So, like, if I can, I'll just take a break for now and come back in a little bit. But yeah, again, rant over. It just, yeah. Again, fine. I mess up. You notice no one will ever say a goddamn thing. If they mess up, they're just like, oh. Like for instance, I had to be the one to point out on the last raid that, is this guy's first time? He's never done part 2 before? Because, like, on the carousel where you're supposed to just run in that giant circle, he, like, ran to another person, and the other guy's like, what? And then he ran straight into it and died. And the guy was like, and the guy didn't say anything. He didn't say anything in the first gate, and he didn't say anything in the second gate. I was the one that said, and they're like, oh, dude, do you know the mechanic? Do you know the first mechanic or the second mechanic? And I just said, maybe it's his first time, question mark? And then the guy, you know, took him a while, and he's like, yeah, sorry, my first. And it's like, everyone said, tell us that. We can at least try and explain to you. And I personally feel that that's where normal is. Normal is all about just, you have to learn. And that's how I learned. I was in a party that said Pugging learning party. Boom. I learned, and I want to constantly keep going back to that, because how am I going to be a pro at it if I don't get a chance to do it? And this guy was all, again, talking about, this is the 3rd week, you should be good. If he wailed his way to get multiple characters to 1430 plus, bruh. I mean, some people might say it's easy, but, you know, obviously they're probably doing GVG. My character list, I just got my first character, my extra character, 1415. Now, yes, I bought extra character slots and things like that, and I bought some cosmetics, but I didn't use any on buying gold. Now, the people that wail by trading and exchanging gold to buy stuff on the marketplace, yeah, that's pretty much what's happening. And yeah, I did everything legit. I did it through Express Pass, and like I got stuck here. I'm waiting for tomorrow for the new, what is it called? The new global honing buff. Thank God that's coming. But yeah, dude, just Vicus is not fun for me. And a lot of newbies that don't have a chance to constantly work on it, I think they're in the same boat as well. Maybe I just completely suck, and that's just my opinion. But how are people going to get better if they're literally stuck and then they honestly have all the blame get put on them? Again, like, I can only imagine how angry some people get, but it's like, bro, find your static and work with them. That's my best advice. You know, go on a party finder or make your own party and be the person in charge of it, going that way. So good luck to you guys, and yeah, hopefully I can get this. I mean, I've done this 2 times before. It's just on this hard mode, I don't really see the point in continuing to do hard mode if this is the type of crowd I'm going to get. All right, rant over. Enjoy, guys. Later.